Hey, question. Have you ever wondered what the process of editing a trailer is like? Well, you're in the right place. I, Sebastian Santiago, have been editing videos and making fan trailers for the past 4 years now.
They're going to kill us. And if we let them.
I will be walking you guys through how I edit my videos both pre-production and post-production. The trailer I will be making this time is a Monster Hunter Rise trailer. So, sit back and let's get right into it. Alright, here I have all of the Monster Hunter Rise trailers that have been released up to this point. The point of this is to see what they covered in the trailers, whether good or bad. This is also a good opportunity to see what type of editing style they went with and what to embrace or avoid when making my own version of the trailer. All these trailers were made for an already existing audience. They don't spend any time showing the game loop, which, to put it simply, is start off with weak weapons or armor, kill a monster, craft better equipment, kill tougher, bigger monsters. Rinse and repeat. This is not necessarily a bad thing because, once again, these trailers are made for already existing fans. Something that I've noticed throughout the trailers, even the ones that came before Rise, is that the marketing team seems to reveal most of the monster roster, excluding the final bosses. Excluding that Rise trailer. Because of that, I made it my goal to show a small handful of monsters, both new and old, in the trailer. After all, less is more. Also, because this was going to be a one and done trailer, so of course, I can't show off everything I want. Story.
Oh yeah, there is none.
Yeah, there's not much to be said about this game's story compared to Worlds. Some cataclysm called the Rampage is threatening the village, and it's up to you to prevent it. That's it. Oh, and there's also this awesome cutscene that you can watch anytime you order a meal. Alright, let's get recording. I use an Elgato HD 60S to record all my footage. This includes cinematics and gameplay. I could just look up the game's cutscenes and gameplay on YouTube and use it for my video, but that just feels sort of lazy to me right now. Plus, I usually find the footage capture process fun. It usually takes me at least 2 to 3 weeks to get all the footage I need. Sometimes it varies. It all depends on how much I want to show off and the game's length. Not much to show here aside from my embarrassing deaths and my attempts to try and make the gameplay look cinematic. Wow, that wasn't so hard. Mainly because I was beating up the poor monsters with strong equipment. Watch out, watch out, watch out! I went ahead and laid out the footage and audio files I'll be using in this project. The audio files consist of the music I plan on using and sound effects.
This is fine.
Alright, now comes the fun part, editing the music. The main goal of this is to separate whatever music cues I can use on the video. For example, music plays a critical role in my video since I treat it as an announcer that is helping the energy keep going throughout the trailer. If the song fails to go with the video, then the trailer will do a poor job at keeping the audience's attention.
I want to see some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
I mean, just look at the Doom Eternal TV spot.
This is my mission, I'm here for purpose. I give them that vision, we put in that work and we flipping that rhythm till everything surges. Today is the day we rebel with a purpose. Renegade, front lines, let it rain. March on, till they see the whole system change.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Need I say more? The amount of time it takes me to edit the song varies. I usually try to have it ready before editing the video, but that's always subject to change. Maybe I'll change up the song's order or use a different verse than the one I originally had in mind. I sometimes even add some small drum slam effects to enhance the impact of the song. Okay, I got the song down to 1 minute and 45 seconds. Generally, video game trailers are 90 seconds long, but in this case, I'm going to cut myself some slack for now. This looks like a good stopping point for now. Alright, so the way that I like to start off most of my videos is by doing a cold open. It's not absolutely necessary per se, but it can definitely help. Plus, it is a great way to capture the audience's attention. I usually try to keep my cold open to 15 seconds or less and make sure that they are quick, get right to the point, and have some context behind it. My cold open will be focusing on the game's trailer flagship monster.
Say my name.
Magnamalo? Is that how you say it?
You're goddamn right.
Yeah, Magnamalo. The hook for this will be the mystery behind it. I want to show off that there's a dangerous monster attacking the ecosystem, so it can be shown as a big threat.
Why do people run from me?
I'll be showcasing this mainly through some lines of dialogue and visuals, then later down the trailer, I'll be introducing the monster again and give it its moment of spotlight. Alright, cold open is done, now time for the main video. The song has a very exciting beginning, so I want to match the energy, but I also don't want to throw the viewer right into the action just yet. So I'm starting it off with showing off some of the game's areas, and then we transition into the player riding on the dog in the corresponding areas. This way I can show that the dog is a mechanic to the audience. Here the music brings in the choir, and this is where things start to pick up slightly. So I see this as the perfect chance to introduce some of the monsters and make sure each cut fits with the song. As the choir picks up, I'll be showing slight glimpses of the flagship monster to build up suspense just a bit more. From there, the song will slow down a little bit and I'll be transitioning over to the second act. This is where I'll be introducing the main problem, shed some light on the wireblock mechanic, and show the player gearing up for the hunt. This took longer than I thought it would. I thought I had a clear idea of what I wanted to show at first, but I kept on struggling to make sure everything I wanted to be shown in the middle act could be compressed down to 23 seconds. There have been some different versions of it, and I kept on going back and forth on which version to include in the trailer. While I was contemplating which version of the middle act to use, I went ahead and worked on the combat sections. This is basically the third act of the trailer where hell breaks loose. Let's try that again. This is where the exciting part of the trailer happens. Yay. Here I'm gonna let the music do all the talking while the combat footage and game sound effects help support it. Here the plan is to show the gameplay loop, hunt weak monsters, beat it, craft its armor and better weapon, and go hunt bigger, tougher monster. I chose 4 different monsters to showcase, and they go in their difficulty order. Acnosome is the weak of the bunch, so he goes first. We can see my hunter going in with pretty basic weapons and armor. Then comes Barney the dinosaur. Sorry, no, I meant Anjanath. Here we see my hunter wearing the Acnosome's armor and using a brand new weapon, which also helps show that there are different weapon types in the game. The next monster I showed off is the Ogre. Same case here when it comes to the hunter. He's wearing Anjanath's armor while sporting a new weapon. Last but not least, I showed off gameplay of the flagship monster, literally saving the best for last here. During its section, the song goes from an exciting tone to a more dreadful tone with some of the violence and the guitar solo. I thought this would perfectly fit the monster since he is a big danger in the story. After the gameplay section, I quickly show off a small handful of monsters to go along with the drums. Alright, I've been spending most of yesterday polishing the video and audio. Before the song was drowning out the video sound effects and dialogue, but now it has a good balance if I do say so myself. I was also storyboarding an effect for both the ending logo reveal and ending title card. My goal from the beginning was to avoid showing one of the final bosses, but I couldn't stop thinking about Trailer 3's ending and how well it transitions into the ending title card. This is one of the many instances I wanted to avoid since I'm not a fan of straight up replicating a scene shot by shot. If I do like someone else's work, then I take inspiration from it and mold it into my style, but that's as far as it goes. I know the reason why I recreated the ending is that I thought it would also go pretty well with the song's ending. So one of the ideas that I sketched out for the ending logo and ending title card was a simple particle dissolve in. Once the last drum hit comes up on the song, I cut to black, fade into the next shot, and and the available now text box dissolves in, and I end the video off. That was a blast, huh? I'd say this is by far one of my favorite projects I've worked on. It really shows off my editing style when it comes to getting the audience excited for the action bits and working with as little dialogue as possible. I'd say this video has definitely helped improve my visual storytelling skills as well. Anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for sticking around. I do plan on making more of these in the future. I make fan trailers and content like this to get my name out there in the video game industry. My main goal is to work as a video editor in this industry. It is a very hard goal, but it is an achievable one. It is my dream to get one of my trailers on E3 and be as recognizable as a fellow colleague of mine, Derek Liu, who makes great trailers and is a very well-known editor who has also given me the idea of showing off my process. So thank you, Derek, for helping make this happen. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing and following me on social media. Links are down below on the description. Have a good one.